Pokémon Journeys has thrown us a huge curveball in the anipoke scene. With character returns and references to past events, Pokémon is finally appealing to its longtime fans while still bringing in new ones with continuity. But with this now established continuity that Journeys is not afraid to market, the Pokémon Journeys anime has introduced a huge problem. Actually, its biggest problem ever. And no, I'm not talking about the missed opportunities and underwhelming returns of Greninja or even Serena. Nor am I talking about Go and how polarizing he has been for the series as the deuteragonist. I'm talking about inconsistency. Rather, this continuity is inconsistent. Remember how strong an Elite Four member was in Ash's journey in Sinnoh? He fought Flint and got destroyed in the 165th episode of Diamond and Pearl, despite using his ace Pikachu. But by episode 104 in Journeys, Ash stole a win from Kalos Elite Four member Drasna, that too with relatively newer Pokemon he caught in Journeys. I'm bringing this up because this has severe implications of how the writers are going to treat the upcoming Masters 8 battles. You might have already figured out what I'm getting at. In this video, I'm going to talk about the biggest problem in the Pokémon Journeys anime: inconsistency. It has existed before, but the issue has gone really out of hand in the latest iteration of the Pokémon anime. Here are the three main subjects for my discussion. And please, don't think this is me hating on Journeys. I honestly just want to have a conversation about this, especially how it might impact the now imminent Masters 8 battles. So make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. So, the first inconsistent area of the Journeys anime that I want to bring up is the strength of notable trainers. As I've already mentioned before, Pokemon has made it clear how much stronger an Elite Four member is in comparison to our favorite 10-year-old Ash Ketchum. In the episode Vanity Affair, Ash had his first battle against an Elite Four member in the Hoenn region, Drake. Granted, this battle served to drive the plot of Ash's overconfidence and how it will lead to his downfall, but Drake dominated Ash. It wasn't even close. Someone bring in the broom because this was a sweep, and don't take the broom away because Ash's next Elite Four match against Flint in the episode Flint Sparks the Fire also resulted in Ash getting swept. The repeating motif here is that these Elite Four members are ridiculously strong, as it should be. Only after victory in the end of league conference does a single trainer get the opportunity to even battle these elite level trainers. Ash battled Drake in episode 101 of the Advanced Generation and Flint in episode 165 of the Diamond and Pearl series, neither of which was when Ash had already got 8 gym badges and was ready for the end of league conference. But by episode 104 in Journeys, when Ash was not ready for end of league conference in my opinion, Ash manages to get a, admittedly tough, win against Kalos Elite Four member Drasna. Either this is homage to the games that were an absolute cakewalk, or Journeys is completely disregarding the continuity and world building that it has been marketing and already established. Ash used his Pikachu, arguably his strongest Pokemon, against both Drake and Flint and still came up short. Against Drasna, he used his recently caught Surfetch'd and Dracovic with way less battling experience and now comes with a win. The win against Drasna felt incredibly forced for the sake of plot. The reason why I want to bring this up is because I am really worried how the anime will handle the now imminent battles against champion level trainers in the Masters 8. Are they going to feel as epic, as impactful as when we first saw them on screen as kids growing up? And are they going to have the same overwhelming strength and power that we are all so familiar with and desperately try to covet in the games? Or are they going to end up with the same severely underwhelming fate as Drasna, so that when Ash defeats them, it's not going to feel nearly as rewarding, but rather just a decision based on the whim of the writers? I want to clarify, I'm not saying Ash can't defeat Elite Four members and champion level trainers, but I'd rather have it done in a more, I guess, logical and valid way where I feel hyped for the battle. Drasna's battle should have been very exciting, being Ash's first ever victory against an Elite Four level trainer, but alas, it felt like just another World Coronation Series battle comparable to battles in the great class like Karina. Heck, I actually liked Karina's battle way more, and I go into depth as to why in this video. Be sure to check it out. Other inconsistencies in the trainer department include Go, who went from learning from Ash's crazy antics and battling strategies to just taking an L to Tokyo's very defense-oriented Gardevoir in Journeys episode 110. I'm sure there are more examples of inconsistent strength of trainers, but we need to move on to keep this video at a decent length. The The other area of inconsistency that I want to bring forward is Pokemon in Pokemon battles. Take for example Ash's Dragonite. As a total tank, like the stats suggest, it was able to take massive damage while powering up with Dragon Dance to ultimately deal a finishing blow in the Karina battle. But against Raihan, Dragonite lost all of its bulk, and you could argue Raihan is just a stronger trainer. Okay, then explain how Gengar, a Pokemon that after its official debut battle against Vizquez would often get knocked out after a couple of blows against weaker trainers, suddenly becomes so tanky that it can take on multiple hits from Raihan's much more powerful Flygon and later Goodra. This inconsistency doesn't even involve other anime iterations, but rather presents the inconsistency within Journeys itself. And to add to my spiel on Gengar, take a look at its battle against Vizquez way back in Journeys episode 18. Look at how agile it can move as a ghost type. Either Pokemon was tripping or Gengar is pulling a James Harden on the Rockets because it literally forgot how to move. Sure, its defeats come from facing stronger, probably faster opponents, but then by that logic, Gengar shouldn't have become tankier in Raihan's battle. Gengar has been training and should have been able to show some of its natural ghost-like tendencies in its other battles. But no, it just took L's left and right until its battle against Marnie. I believe inconsistency describes Gengar perfectly. Moving on from Gengar and Dragonite, I would like to bring in Lucario and Greninja. This is where it got personal for me. One of Ash's most powerful Pokemon in the series is Lucario. With plot armor and maybe doing special favors for the writers, Journeys has rewarded this Aura Guardian with lots of screen time, growth, and focus. It's a very powerful Pokemon that destroyed Chairman Rose, battled well against Eternatus considering the strength of Uber legendaries in the anime, and took B's Gigantamax Machamp's Chi Strike like it was nothing. Yeah, it's OP, right? Then explain its battle against Greninja. I'm Team Greninja all the way and I'm still offended by this match. How is Greninja just that much stronger than Lucario, arguably Ash's strongest Journeys Pokemon? Lucario moved like a freaking Shelmet in comparison to Greninja. Once again, it felt like a decision based on the whim of the writers for a convenient plot point. I love seeing Greninja strong, but it's definitely not this strong considering how it lost to Elan in the Kalos League finals. If this was the case, then Ash better be bringing his old Pokemon in the Masters 8 battles, or his Pokemon are going to end up like Shelmets in its battles against Elan and stronger opponents. Another prime example of inconsistency is Pikachu, but that's a whole issue of having a Pokemon for more than 1,000 episodes. And remember to subscribe if you haven't already. We're a growing channel and it's because of you all. Thanks. Now for the last part of this video, I want to present the biggest inconsistency in the Journeys anime, none other than Ash Ketchum himself. Moving beyond the fact that his age is already an inconsistency, I want to focus on his battling experience. The kid has a lot of battles under his belt, and it shows sometimes. Take Ash's battle against Vizquez, where he used the same strategy he used way back in the original series against Lieutenant Surge. And then take his battle against Iris as another example, referencing the counter shield he came up with himself way back in Sinnoh. Ash thinks on his feet, and with this much experience, it should probably be hard to outsmart or outplay him. But then, in his first battle against B, he just spammed attacks and let Pokemon act like sitting Farfetches to an onslaught of B's attacks. He performed so underwhelmingly. And I concede, the battle was great for his character development, but this exact development already happened before. Heck, I even mentioned it in this video, his battle against Drake in Hoenn. And you might say, that was in a different region and different series, so Ash basically doesn't have that experience anymore in Journeys. Except that's just not true anymore. The whole flagship selling point of Journeys is that it is continuous and that it does reference previous Pokemon series. The reunions and references solidify this. Therefore, Ash has already had the battle experience against Drake and should have already moved past the plot of overconfidence. Not only is Ash's battle experience inconsistent, but so are his strategies. With a cool strategy devised against Vizquez way back in Journeys episode 18, he forgets all of that in his defeat against B. He forgets all of that in his battle against Marnie. I'm glad to see his crazy thinking returns against Raihan, but it leaves me with a lot of concerns. This is no longer Ash, the character's strategies, but rather it is just another tool the writers have to either come up with a BS way for Ash to win a completely losing battle, or to neglect so Ash loses a battle that he could have put up a better fight in. It's inconsistent. Now, you can see how all of this could apply to the Masters 8. The strength and power of these champion level trainers is now put into question in this series, as well as how Ash will perform against these trainers. I'm really afraid on how these battles will be handled, because right now, I think Journeys has done the worst in all of the other series in handling key battles for the Pokemon series. But remember, my line of thinking isn't the only line of thinking, so please share your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to read them and have a productive discussion. And thanks for watching.